Welcome to Part 1 of Student Involvement's Fiscal Management Training. This presentation will answer the question, how does my RSO pay for its activities? First, let us begin with a common misconception. Some students mistakenly believe that completing the process to become an RSO automatically gives them money to pay for their activities. However, this is not the case. All RSO budgets start out with a balance of $0. To obtain funding for your RSO activities, you will need to apply for it from the Student Funding Board, also known as SFB. To apply for SFB money, your RSO must be in good standing. To be in good standing means that your RSO president and treasurer have completed all of the required trainings. Furthermore, your RSO must not have any current debt with student involvement, any campus partners, or off-campus vendors. Additionally, the amount of SFB funding that an RSO can apply for during the academic year is determined by your tier level. What can SFB funding be used for? Here's a list of the things that SFB provides funding for. Event supplies, including decorations and utensils, catering and food, performers, vendors, honorariums, travel for Tier 2 only, conference or competition fees, marketing or printing materials, event services, police, parking for non-Mason guests, website domains or subscriptions, and Mason-owned facility space rentals. And here's a list of things that SFB does not provide funding for: gift cards, permanent items without on-campus storage, closed formals or banquets, national dues, insurance, parking for Mason students and staff, events that charge admission or are 10 miles outside of your main campus, and charity events or fundraisers. Please note that your SFB funding can only be spent on the event or purpose for which it was originally allocated. If you're unsure whether the good or service you need to purchase can be funded with SFB money, please refer to the SFB website for a comprehensive list. You can also contact the Student Funding Board at sfb@gmu.edu. If your RSO needs to change the date, purpose, or amount of its SFB funding allocation, then you should contact the Student Funding Board no later than 2 weeks prior to your event in order to request approval. Is SFB really the only funding source available for my RSO? The answer is maybe. Some RSOs may have a second funding source available to pay for their activities. This is known as self-generated revenue, or SGR, and it is the money that RSOs raise from collecting membership dues, charging admission to their events, seeking out donations and sponsorships from on or off-campus vendors, and through fundraising. Due to Policy 6000, SGR is now required to be deposited in an off-campus bank account. If you have questions on how to open an off-campus bank account, please contact si.gmu.edu. If you log into Mason 360 and go to the Group section on the left, you should find an arrow next to Money. When you click on the arrow, a drop-down menu appears. Select your RSO accounting book from the menu. Now you are looking at your RSO budget. If you scroll down past the top of the accounting book, you may also review your RSO transactions. The three main advantages of off-campus bank accounts for RSO SGR include less restrictions, greater ease of use, and no wait times. Less restrictions means that you will not be limited by Mason policies when paying for purchases with off-campus SGR. For example, you can buy gift cards or greeting cards with SGR. However, if your RSO event is on campus, you must follow Mason policies and procedures, such as policies for approved caterers and acquiring contracts for non-Mason vendors. Additionally, your RSO must use an approved vendor for Mason trademark items. Greater ease of use means that you do not have to request or complete any authorization or paperwork to use your off-campus SGR. In other words, your RSO can withdraw money directly from its off-campus bank account to make purchases. Finally, no wait times means that your RSO will not have to wait for purchase orders to be created or reimbursements to be processed in order to use off-campus SGR. Please note that the transition to off-campus bank accounts does not affect Student Funding Board allocations. You will still need to apply for SFB funding and use it through your Mason 360 account, adhering to all university policies and procedures. This concludes Part 1 of the Fiscal Management Training.